The Directus AI speech transcription operation allows you to generate transcripts from audio and video files, which also allows you to do things like improving accessibility of your media, being able to search in text from audio recordings, and then analyze large sets of audio files, for example, from contact center recordings. Now, we could save these values directly to the file item and even do so automatically on upload using event-based automation. But today I'm going to show you how to set up a manual flow that will transcribe podcast episodes by clicking a button in the Directus editor. So here inside of an episodes collection, I've got an item representing a podcast episode, as well as a title. You'll see it's already linked to a file, which is an MP3 of that podcast, and an empty transcript field. And our job will be to add a button here that when clicked will generate a transcript. So we're going to do that using flows. So let's head over to flows and create a new one. I'm going to call it transcribe episode. This is going to have a manual trigger on the episodes collection, which means a button will appear in the Directus editor. Now, whenever you trigger this flow, what will get passed into the trigger and into the data chain here is just the ID, and we need the file ID. So let's create a new operation to read data from the from the episodes collection. And this will be trigger.body.keys. That's the array, and we want the first item. So this will now return the whole object, including the ID, the title, the transcript, which is currently empty, and the field ID, the file ID. So now let's go ahead and transcribe. Let's use our AI transcription operation right here. Now, the first thing you will need is a Deepgram API key. I made one earlier. And you have to pass in a full file URL. So your Directus project URL /assets, and then the actual key. And we can do that here with last, because it was the last operation, .file, and that's the ID. There are several other options here, including the ability to process transcriptions asynchronously, and then it will come back later. Diarization is speaker detection, so speaker 1, speaker 2, and splitting those up, and keyword intensifiers, keyword boosters. So for example, a lot of speech to text systems will hear Directus, and they will infer that as directors. So this is a way to say, hey, no, this is actually a word that I want you to place more weight on, even if they are not real words in the dictionary. So this will go ahead and actually perform the transcription and return a huge payload back, including not only the formatted transcript, but all the paragraphs, all the sentences, all the words, and for each of those, a timestamp of when they started and ended. Now, all we want is to save the transcript back. So we're going to go ahead now and update data. We again want to go ahead and update that initial item where we clicked the button. So trigger.body.keys 0. And we are going to want to update the transcript field. Let's put quotes around this. Oh, there we go. And this will be last.transcript. I just happen to know the data structure, being the author of this AI extension here. So we hit save, and that is actually the whole implementation. So let's see if it works. Moment of truth here. Might not work, knowing me. Let's find out. So we hit transcribe episode. Now we've just got to wait a minute because it's actually going ahead and doing that. It will go off to Deepgram, perform the transcription, come back, extract just the transcript, and pop it right there like so. Very thankful that worked. You always get a little bit of a worry at the end of a tutorial that maybe you did something wrong. So this is using a manual flow trigger. If we look at the flow here, we could also change the trigger to be event-based. So you could say, for example, automatic transcription, and we will make this an event hook. And you could do this based on a file being uploaded. So immediately when the file is uploaded, even if it's not attached to an item, logic will run. The only thing you need to make sure of here is that you're adding some kind of condition to make sure this is only happening for audio or audio and video files, or perhaps files only in a certain directory inside of Directus files. I'd say you need to just add one more operation in there, but otherwise it works the same. Hope you found this interesting. I'm sure you can see all of the ways this can be applied, and I'll see you in another episode of Directus AI.